Everybody's gone through a challenge. And I know right now it's a challenging time for us. Some of us may be sad, some of us may be grieving, right? Because of the announcement on Monday, because of the Northeast. Some of you guys are not affected because you don't really work at Northeast. But at the same time, we are affected because we're one team, right? And if one of us is losing, we're losing, right? If one of us is winning, doesn't mean everybody's winning. So we gotta focus on working together. So just wanted you guys to know, it's been one of the hardest decisions that I've had to make in my life. Maybe because I'm focused on the future and I've dealt with this, and maybe I didn't show how bad it hurts because I'm strong. I'm the leader, I have to be. I can't afford to sit down and cry. But I want you guys to know, like, this has been one of the biggest decisions that I've ever had to make. I know it's not easy for anybody, and it's caused a lot of personal, emotional, mental problems, financial problems. And so when the lease came to an end, it's like, looked at every possible scenario, other places, negotiating with them, really evaluate what's gonna happen here moving forward for Northeast. And we just couldn't commit responsibly to another lease, whether at that location or another. It hurt me a lot, like I know it's hurt some of you guys, especially those of you guys that really work there and build those connections with them. Some of you guys were at that location since it opened, and you've seen everything in that location. So I know it hurts. And for me, it hurt a lot. I was pissed, I was sad, I had anxiety, I had all kinds of stress. I hated the situation, I hated myself. Just like, it came to the point, even before this, where I don't hate it now, I love every challenge that happens to me. When I was a kid, I couldn't even look at you in the ice cold. I was so wimpy, I was so insecure, I was bullied, had no friends. I was bullied over and over. I was beat up by a group of kids when I couldn't even do anything to defend myself. Well, I didn't even try to. That's how weak I was. I love that shit happened to me. I love that I didn't want to live. I love it. I love that I was abused mentally, emotionally, growing up and as an adult. And we don't need to get into detail of that, but I love that now. I love that as a kid, I was such a loser, I had to steal from my own home. Steal money. My dad had a bar, I stole alcohol, his cigars, everything to bring it to the kids. Have friends, because nobody wouldn't hang out with me. I love that shit. I love that I almost got killed 3 times in Juarez when I was around drugs and gangs and the cartel environments. Some of you guys don't know, but that's why I moved to El Paso, because I was 3 times this close to death, and I was able to escape. I'm glad that shit happened to me. I'm glad that almost every past girlfriend before I met my wife cheated on me, and I stayed because I was so low in my life. I'm glad. I'm glad when I started my career, my adult life, nobody supported. Everybody was against me. They told me, this is the stupidest idea. Don't come to us to get you out of trouble because you're dropping out of college to pursue this dream. It's not gonna work. It's never gonna work. I was in my 20s. I moved out, ended up sleeping on the floor of my office, the floor of the gym. We didn't even have a floor, you know the story. I'm glad that happened to me, that I thought about quitting 99% of the days. I'm so glad. It's the best thing that could happen to me. That thing that hurt so bad is the best thing, it's like the greatest blessing I had, all those things, because it has made this possible. I'm glad that in 2020, after a decade of hard work, everything evaporated. My entire life savings went into millions of dollars of debt. Not a few thousand, not a few hundred, like millions, 7 fucking figures to keep the shit going. With a baby on the way. For months, I would just work in the same spot in my kitchen. I missed my wife's pregnancy because I was just working, getting this thing, building the online portal, doing all this shit without income, bleeding money out. We lost like 90-something% of our clients like this. We had to let go of like half our staff. Shut down, right? Locations, we shut down Las Cruces, East, later Elite. I'm so glad that happened to me. That I consider killing myself so my girl on the way and my wife could live off of life insurance. I let myself go. Had a big round belly, I was embarrassed of myself. All this thing was like full of cellulite. I'm so glad. Anybody here's a car guy or a car girl, like you're like, you love this car. Like to me, I'm a car guy. So you may understand. I was able to, along with my team and sacrifice, we built this thing. And back in the day, when I was starting out, when we probably had 5 or 6 or 7 team members, I was able to buy my dream car 2 times. Both times, I had to get rid of it to make payroll during different times, during dark times. Only to have some of those people turn on me later. I love that shit happen. My best friend turned on me to support one of my former employees to open up a competing business. I love that shit. It hurts so bad. And I could go on and on and on and on. Where am I getting to? When you go, just remember, we live in a world where people do drugs, people drink, people cheat on their spouses, they're toxic, they're negative, they make excuses. Living a life of purpose and you're helping others and you're a reason why somebody may wake up another day, that's so rare. That's such a gift. I live that life. Even if the world around me could be breaking up, I live that life. And I have to remind myself, man, I'm so grateful. I got another day. This is worth more than anything. I get another day to live my purpose. That's such a gift. That happened to me because I learned to love my challenges. And when you go from suffering in your challenge, crying in your challenge, feeling like a victim in your challenge, beating yourself up in your challenge, when you go from that to appreciating your challenge, to loving your challenge, you're like, I appreciate this obstacle. Your whole life and perspective can change like that. That's when you become fucking unstoppable. That's when you become like, nothing can break me. Because whatever comes, hey, welcome to suck. Welcome to suck. If you can learn to appreciate it, and it's not rah-rah, it's not positive, like, if you really can see like, hey, you know what? This hurts, this sucks. But you go from grief to pain to actually acceptance, to love, to appreciation, to enlightenment, to learning from it. You become unstoppable. Your whole life changes just because of that. Because I feel I'm way stronger and better now that I've had this rough 4 years than before COVID, when I was crushing it and I was getting all this recognition and everything was going right, and we had like 80 team members and like thousands of clients, not a few hundred, but like thousands of clients, and like winning the best jet, all these things. But I was a hypocrite inside. I had like 70 pounds of fat on me. I'm telling people how to live a great life, and here I am, this fat excuse maker. Oh, but I'm strong. It's muscle. Yeah, I lift heavy, but I was eating like Pop-Tarts between meals, arroz con leche, wrappers of like bullshit next to my bed every night. Like, and now I'm detached from the outcome. And we need to detach from our outcome, from our numbers. When you can actually just like, hey, I'm gonna live this process. I'm gonna live in purpose, whether I am paycheck to paycheck, losing everything, I'm making millions, or if I'm losing something, like if a client cursed me, whatever, like I choose to do the best that I can today and detach from the outcome. Some people are gonna love you, some people are gonna hate you, no matter what you do. Matter of fact, because of who you are and how you do things, some people love you, and because of that same reason, some people just can't stand you. What are you gonna do? You could be the greatest steak in the world, some people are vegans. Not one's right or wrong, it's just we're different people. So I just want you guys to know, to learn how challenging this has been, and this is for the benefit of the entire organization, so that we can redistribute the energy, those funds, those resources into the things that are working better than the Northeast. There's so much potential in West still. There's so much potential in Far East. The Urca's like blowing up. Like there's so many things where like we just couldn't make that commitment to something that was just like proven not to work anymore, as hard as that is. So I wanted everybody to be on the same page. And remember, I'm just talking about my challenges right now to let you in my life, but I know that you're going through a challenge. You're going through a challenge. And in that challenge, you may be able to see the message and relate to it. And because my goal is for all of us here to be better, to be stronger, to continue living in purpose, to drop all the negativity and be able to keep changing our lives. Who's in to change more lives? All right. And I get that. Some of you are faking it because you're in pain right now. But you gotta act as if, and then it later on becomes part of you, right? When I was going through my roughest things back in the day and I was the coach and I had to flip the switch, I would walk in feeling like shit, like hating my life. I don't wanna do this again. And by acting excited, I walked out more excited. By forgetting about myself, I'm gonna make Anna's day. She's gonna talk about this koala thing, like she keeps talking about this 10 years later. At that moment, I was free because I'm not thinking about me and my pain. I'm thinking about how can I give Sylvia my best today? How can I make her day? And in that process, I'm free because I forget about myself. When you pour into somebody else, a lot of times that's the solution to your pain or your problem. So let's never forget that, right? So if you're faking it right now, that's fine. I've been faking so much shit all these years too. And then later on it becomes real. Fake it until actually it is real, right? Okay, everybody in? All right, perfect.
Workout of the day done. I'm going through some challenging times right now. I'm going through very difficult failure, very difficult transition. It's drained me personally, mentally, emotionally, financially, like anywhere you put it. It's been one of the hardest things I've ever gone through in my entire life. And I'm proud of myself. I love myself. I accept myself because I'm a different person the way I'm handling it than I would have before. How many workouts do you think I've missed? 0. How many pins of ice cream do you think I've eaten? 0. How many alcoholic drinks have I gotten into my system? 0. How many drugs have I put in my body when I've been just tempting to numb myself to block the pain? 0. How many work days, how many days not playing with my girl have I missed? 0. How many times have I felt like doing all those things? Every fucking time. Every time I felt just like giving up. I felt like just screw everything. Let me just numb myself. Let me just, go destructive and negative. And I haven't. And I don't feel like going through the workout and all these things because every time I do, I'm so proud that I do at the end, because it puts me back into flow state. It gives me this strength, this calm. I'm the strongest, most calm that I've been internally through a failure ever. Like, no failure, as painful as it gets right now, will get me to break. And whatever you are going through, where I'm getting with this, whatever you are going through, just remember, nothing lasts forever. So instead of beating yourself up and crying about it, what could you learn from it? What could you be grateful for? What did you take from that? The good memories, the good lessons, the person it helped you become, that now you can take forward, you can take to the next stages, right, that are coming your way. Just remember, failure, as painful as it is the one thing, if you use it correctly, is the one thing that is preparing you to that next level, because you don't want to stay here. Remember, our God upstairs doesn't give us a test we can't pass. So you're in training, you're getting ready for that next level, whatever it is that you're going to. And just remember, nothing lasts forever, but also somebody's going through something much harder. I could feel sorry for myself here, and then I remember, like, oh my God, somebody else is going through this bigger thing. Like Oscar, he's still in a coma, like I've talked to you about over the last month. His family is like wishing to wake him up from that coma, but nothing's working, nothing's happening. Some people may be going through losing a family member. Some people may be going through something very severe, like a health issue, or losing a loved one. Like, so just remember, a lot of the problems we complain about are not really problems, they're inconveniences, and they are hiding one of the greatest lessons to build your character, to build yourself into this amazing 10.0 version that you deserve to be. So no matter what you're going through, don't give up, hang in there. Remember, we are here rooting for you, and you're never gonna see me break. I'm just gonna keep showing up here every single day. Every single day I'm gonna show up, because I don't have a quit button in me. I may take a few steps back, but guess what? I'm gonna sprint forward back again. Like that saying goes, right? For every door that closed on me, I'm coming back to buy the fucking building. And so are you. Remember, it's always easier to handle adversity when you're strong with yourself, when your mind and body are in sync, and you're pouring into yourself, and you have a process, and your mindset is unbreakable. And that mindset becomes unbreakable once you start following through, once you hang out around with other people that are lifting you up. So the best time to work on you was years ago, when you felt uncomfortable with yourself the first time. The next best time is today.